Okay. How's it going? How many cards are in this set? Like 300? Yeah, 280. Okay. Man, I really haven't streamed any Magic stuff since Kamigawa set review. Mostly because I didn't have a job and I didn't have money to buy gems on Arena. Okay, should I just get started? Should I wait for people to get here? I really need music. I hate the DMCA thing. I feel like I say that every time. I'm trying to think. Where are my Raycons? I'm wondering if I play something on the Bluetooth speaker, would it pick it up on the mic? I don't know. Okay, let's just go. So it's I was worried like if I'd even be able to do a set review this time, or if I'd have to do it on like a Saturday now that I have like a 8 to 5 job. But it worked out. It's Good Friday. Okay. So first card, man, that is really small. It's bigger on OBS than it is like on the web browser. All right. Angelic Observer, 5 and a white for a 3/3 flyer. Costs 1 less to cast for each citizen. That's not bad. I think there's a lot of like things that make citizen tokens. I think that's like the whole point of Naya. Naya's just go wide. Make a bunch of tokens. I'm surprised that there's angels. I thought like all the angels were dead. Also, they're very like I don't know, they're very stylized. This card seems like a pretty good uncommon. 3/3 flyer. 3/3 flyers are like always fine in limited. Backup agent. 1 and a white, 1/1. Oh, it's a citizen? So there might be a bunch of just citizens in the set without tokens. Put a +1 counter on target creature. Okay, so we see this in green a lot, but now it's in white. Cool. White finally gets something. Ballroom Brawlers. They're fighting? Is that a gun? Is this like a Mr. and Mrs. Smith kind of thing going on? 3/2 white for a 5/5. Whenever it attacks, it and up to one other target creature you control both gain your choice of first strike or lifelink. Jeez. Okay, that's a good card. It's a 3/5, so not like if they can block it and kill it, you just give it first strike. That card's nuts. Some good uncommons so far. Boon of Safety. Oh, so I saw this card, but it was in like a different language. I thought it was going to be like a portal. I thought we were finally getting like a portal mage. One and a white for an instant. Or one white for an instant. Put a shield counter on target creature. If it would be dealt damage or destroyed, remove a shield counter from it instead. Oh! Holy crap. They put Divine Shield into Magic. Divine Shield is now in Magic the Gathering. That changes everything. What? Like, this is such a, like... This is such an online card game, like Hearthstone or Runeterra or whatever. This is a paper magic effect now. That's cool. I didn't know shield counters did anything. I just thought they were called shield counters. Okay, that's pretty cool. They have a pin nib sword. I'm into that a lot. It's like, what if it's like the pin is mightier than the sword, but what if the pin is also a sword? Broker's Initiate, one white for an 0/4. Cat Citizen. 5/4 and a blue or green. Has base power and toughness 5/5. What a good common. What? It blocks for days and then it starts beating in there as a 5/5. Sheesh. That's so good. And they like have to block it. What the heck? We're like 5 cards in and everyone's been like pretty amazing. Buy your silence. Okay. I don't like, so far, I don't like the aesthetic of the weapons. Like, I don't know if they're supposed to be instruments or like gun adjacent. Also, is that a peen? I think they just drew a dick on a magic card. Wow. Art Deco. How did that slip through? Okay. Buy your silence. 4 and a white for a sorcery. Exile target non-land permanent. Its controller creates a treasure. Oh, this is Guild. This is like worse Guild. Remember Guild from Theros? Ooh, I like her outfit. All those peacock feathers, I guess? Magical peacocks. Celebrity Fencer. 3 and a white for a 3/2. Alliance. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1 counter on Celebrity Fencer. I can see this card getting out of hand. If you just make a bunch of 1/1s, like make a bunch of tokens. I feel like sets usually have a card like this. There's always a 4-mana card that puts counters on itself. Honestly, I feel like we're getting to the point where like an AI could create a Magic set. Like if they just give it enough like parameters or whatever, it could spit out like a whole Magic set. Who knows? Maybe it'll come out that it's been Robo Rosewater this whole time. Citizen's Crowbar. That is a fancy crowbar. 1 and a white for an artifact. Equipment. When enters the battlefield, make a 1/1 citizen that's attached to crowbar. Okay. Quick creature gets +1/+1 and has white tap. Sack the crowbar. Destroy artifact or enchantment. So you get a 2-mana 2/2 that can kill an artifact or enchantment. That seems pretty cool. I'm down. I doubt there's like an equipment theme. I think it's just like you want to make 1/1s. Dapper Shieldmate. Oh, I thought it was gonna say mage. Dapper Shieldmate. Where's Teo? We get a set with shield counters, and they didn't reprint Teo, the shield guy. Forget Obnixilis and whatever other planeswalkers are in the set. They should have put in Teo. Three and a white for a 2/2. Enters the battlefield with a shield counter. As long as it's your turn, it gets +2/+0. Okay, 4 mana 4/2 when it attacks. I like shield counters. I'm into them. I hope they look cool. Like, I hope the little punch out thing or whatever is like a really cool looking shield. Depopulate. Is this a board wipe? 2 and 2 white. Sorcery. Each player who controls a multicolored creature draws a card, then destroy all creatures. It's a board wipe. I feel like they print a new board wipe every set. Depopulate. Is this the Rapture? Like, what happened? What's the... what happened to everybody? Ooh, here we go. Elspeth Resplendent? I don't like that name. 3 and 2 white for a Planeswalker. 5 loyalty. Okay. Oh, it's so small. Choose up to 1 target creature, put a +1 counter on it, and a counter from among Flying, First Strike, Lifelink, or Vigilance. That's not bad. Wait, what was... Oh, I'm getting this confused with the Wanderer. The Wandering Emperor. I'm like, did we just get a white 5-mana walker? Look at the top 7 cards of your library. You may put a permanent card with mana value 3 or less from among them onto the battlefield with a shield counter. Oh, you could put shield counters on anything. That's cool. I mean, I definitely want to like put shield counters on a bunch of stuff and then board wipe. And then -7, create 5 3/3 white angels with flying. So she can make angels. So I think Elspeth is like from Capenna. Like, this is her home plane. I don't know. I don't like seeing her in like fancy like party attire. She's not a partier. She's a fighter. Like, she should still have her spear or something. Or like have her dress like ripped or something, like girded loins. I don't know. It is, I like the art. It just feels weird to see her in like fancy clothes. Also, she just seems okay. She doesn't seem busted. That's kind of where you want planeswalkers. You want them to just be fine. Like, if they're too good, it just it just causes problems. Extraction Specialist. 2 and a white. For a human rogue, that's a 3/2. Lifelink. When it enters the battlefield, return target creature card with mana value 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. That creature can't attack or block for as long as you control Extraction Specialist. That's a cool card. I wonder... I bet there's some combos. I want to see this card do work. Bring back a creature and it can't attack or block for a little bit. I feel like you could... That's not that big of a downside. Gathering Throng. I do like the... What is it? The 20s look? 20s, 40s? The like Gatsby clothing. I'm into it. Two and a white for a 3/1. When there's a battlefield, you may search your library for any number of cards named Gathering Throng. Okay, it's one of those. They're so scared to print it at 2 mana. Like, they have to print this kind of card at 3. A +1 is simply not enough. Okay, I like that. Giada, Font of Hope. 1 and a white for a 2/2 Angel. Flying Vigilance. Each other angel you control enters the battlefield with an additional +1 counter for each angel you already control. Tap, add 1, spend this mana to only cast angel spells. Okay, so we got Angel Tribal. Angel Tribal Commander, and it's only 2 mana. This card's crazy. I'm ready to die to this card. Like, if there's some big, like, pump spells or auras or something. 2/2 Flying Vigilance for 2. That's so good. What's the downside? Ooh, here we go. Halo Fountain. 2 and a white. Pay 1 white. Tap, untap a tapped creature you control. Make a citizen. 2 white, tap, untap 2 creatures, draw a card. 5 white, tap, untap 15 tap creatures. You win the game. Oh, achievement. Okay, this is... I want to get this card and I want to win with it. That's got to be so tough if there's no way to, like, tap your dudes, like, without attacking. 15 creatures. This is definitely a commander card, but I want to do it in limited. Also, they're just grinding up all the angels, I guess. This is a pretty morbid card. You know? Hold for Ransom. 1 and a white for an enchantment. Can't attack or block and has... Pays 7 mana. Hold for Ransom's controller sacrifices it and draws a card. Ooh. Now this card is great. Like, it's... You hold them for ransom, and then they pay the ransom, and you draw a card. I love it. I'm into it. Is this like the best pacifism ever? Maybe. It's a common, too. This is a common. Jeez. Illuminator Virtuoso. 1 and a white for a 1/1. Double strike. When it becomes the target of a spell you control, it connives. Draw a card and then discard a card. If you discarded a non-land card, put a +1 counter on this creature. Oh, that's connive. You loot. Loot with a loot with upside. Connive. I don't like the name of that. Connive. He's got 2 connives in his hand already. Inspiring Overseer. 2 and a white for a 2/1 flyer. When it enters the battlefield, you gain 1 life and draw a card. What's the downside? 3 mana flyer that gains you a life and draws a card. Hell yeah. I will never pass this card. Mark my words. Is white gonna be good in this set? Kill shot. 2 and a white instant, destroy target attacking creature. I like that it's kill shot, but he's clearly been shot like 20 times. Like, that's a lot of bullets. Knockout blow. It's so weird seeing, like, this set feels like it's so close to, like, modern day, like, it just seems like it's in the real world. Like, it's so modern. Strixhaven was kind of like that too, but more magic-y, I guess. 2 and a white instant. Costs 2 less to cast if it targets a red creature. Deals 4 damage to attacking or blocking creature, and you gain 2 life. Sorry, aggro. Better luck next time. Jeez. They really don't want mono red to be a thing. Mage's Attendant. 2 and a white for a 3/2. When it enters the battlefield, make a 1/1 blue wizard token with pay 1, sack this creature, counter target non-creature spell unless its controller pays 1. So it like 3 mana for 2 bodies, and 1 body can force spike. That seems really good. Cat Rogue. I like this card. A 1/1 blue wizard. That's a weird token to make. Mysterious Limousine. 3 and 2 white for a 4/4 vehicle. Whenever it enters the battlefield or attacks, exile up to 1 other target creature until it leaves the battlefield. If a creature is put into exile this way, return each other card exiled with Mysterious Limousine to the battlefield under its owner's control. Huh. Okay, so you can, like, you can scoop away their best creature, and you can, like, keep changing it to be their best creature. That's cool. I like that it does it when it comes into play. Patch Up. 2 and a white. Sorcery. Return up to 3 target creature cards with total mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Bring back 3 1-drops. That card seems really good. Three 1-drops. Or it's like, it's the black card from Ikoria. Call of the Death Dweller? Death Dealer? I don't know. It seems cool. It should put shield counters on them. That would like put it over the top. Rabble Rousing. That's the name of a magic card now. 4 and a white for an enchantment with Hideaway. Hideaways in this set? Is there a cycle of new Hideaways? Whenever you attack with one or more creature, create that many 1/1 citizens. What? This card's insane! 5 mana. You attack with 3 or 4 creatures on turn 5. Make 4 1/1s. What the heck? This is not hard to, like... What a crazy card. You get, like, Doubling Season going? What? Okay. Keep an eye on this card. This card's gonna do things. It's gonna go places. Rafine? Is that how you spell it? Rafine? Spell it. Is that how you say it? Rafine's Guidance? This is looking very, like, Kaladeshi. 1 white, enchantment. Enchant creature gets +1/+1. You may cast it from your graveyard by paying 2 and a white. Oh. You can just keep reusing it. That's cool. Also, this time I chose to start the review drinking instead of, like, getting through it and then drinking at the end. We'll see how it goes. It's also 1:30 on a Friday. Rafine's Informant. I feel like the name is not Rafine. But until I hear different. Rafine's Informant. 1 and a white for a 2/1. When enters the battlefield, it connives. Okay. So it could be a 2 mana 3/2. Connive. It's like they're just making... They're making new abilities that make old abilities garbage. Refuse to Yield. 1 and a white instant. Target creature gets +2/+7 until end of turn. Untap it. It's a combat trick. Revelation of Power. Is that... That's Giada. What's that Food Network? It's like Giada De Laurentiis. Giada De Laurentiis. She's on Capenna. That's what she's doing now. Good for her. 1 and a white instant. Target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. If it had a counter on it, it also gains flying and lifelink. Ooh. So, I guess the theme of white is like put counters on things. Rumor Gatherer. Oh, I love the tiny animals. Little tiny animal spies. Look at that little bear. Okay, this card is too cute. I'm going to need this on a playmat right now. So, Rumor Gatherer, 1 and 2 white, Alliance. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield, scry 1. If it's the second time this ability has resolved, draw a card. It's like a white, what is it, Beast Caller? There was that green creature that, like, Whenever a creature enters the battlefield, you draw a card. I bet you it is not that difficult to draw a card every turn. Like if you play Mage's Attendant, boom boom, draw a card. Sanctuary Warden. They're out here looking like Hela from from Thor. That's the immediate vibe I get. Sanctuary Warden. 4 and 2 white for a 5/5 flyer. Okay. Enters the battlefield with 2 shield counters. Okay. Whenever it enters the battlefield or attacks, you may remove a counter from a creature or planeswalker you control. If you do, draw a card and create 1/1 citizens. So you have to damage this thing 3 times. Or like you have to destroy it 3 times. So like you can shoot it twice and then try to kill it. What a sticky creature. Or like in a pinch, if you need to draw cards, this is just 6 mana. Draw 2 cards, make 2 1/1s. What a bomb. What an absolute bomb. You think they got removal that's not exile? Keep counters on it. Holy crap. Drinking game. Take a drink whenever there's a bomb. Skycrier. 1 and a white for a 1/1 flying lifelink. Bird Citizen. That just seems so goofy. Bird Citizen. 3 and a white. You and target opponent each draw a card. Why? Also, I thought this was a sword. It's just a fountain. It could be a sword. Like, something bigger could use it as a sword. Speakeasy Server. 4 and a white for a 3/3 flyer. When it enters the battlefield, you gain 1 life for each other creature you control. We've seen this card a million times. Every set has like a card like this. It's kind of like the dapper version of the Healer Hawk. It's probably done by the same person too. It's just that same like glow. Illustrator. Okay, no, it's not the same. Never mind. Swooping Protector. 3 and a white. Flash flying. 2/1. Enters the battlefield with a shield counter. Yo. It, like, you could swoop in and chump or something. Or, like... Huh. How does this work with, like, Wither or Infect? I'm assuming you don't put the -1 counters. Only a 2/1. You want it to be bigger? Oh, yeah, they should have made it like a 5/1 or something. I'm guessing if this blocks a Infect creature, you just... remove the shield counter. You don't put a -1 counter. Cool. Well, that was, that's white. There must be a lot of multicolored. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. There's a, there's a lot of multicolored. Cool. So I think infect it deals damage as -1 counters. So I think it would just say it doesn't deal damage. Remove the shield counter. Infect's weird, but also they should print more of it. How's it going, Cameron? How's your Good Friday? Maybe it'll come back. I bet they'll bring like poisonous back, or like they'll make a new infect that only deals minus. It only deals poison counters if it hits a player. Oh, you're working today? Damn. I was surprised that I am off today. Like, I'm a contractor. They totally could have said, like, oh, no, you're working today. You gotta come take care of this corn. Also, I'm I'm serving 90s water cup realness right now. Just looking at myself in the OBS window. Okay. I think we can knock out blue. Yeah, I feel like most of the cards are going to be in multicolor. I think it's that kind of set. All right. Starting off with a mythic. It's Dr. Manhattan. It would honestly be so funny if they just put a wiener on this card. Review Obscura and explain why it's the best gang. Is Obscura Grixis? They're like the sneaky. They're like the thieves, right? Or like. They connive. That's their set mechanic. I don't know what. I don't really know anything about the gangs. So I just chose Grixis for pre-release. Okay, they are Esper. They're not. They're Obscura now. We're nixing. We're nixing the old shard names. Now it's the gangs only. I'm into that. Instead of Golgari, it's Witherbloom. All right, All-Seeing Arbiter, 4 and 2 blue, 5/4 flyer. When it enters the battlefield or attacks, draw 2 cards and then discard a card. Okay. Whenever you discard a card, target creature an opponent controls gets -X -0 until your next turn, where X is the number of different mana values among cards in your graveyard. Jeez. It's like a blue. It's a blue Titan. It's a new Titan. It flies. A blue Titan that draws you 2 cards. This is like cubable, I feel. It's a new Titan. What the heck? The new Titan cycle is cool. Yeah, I saw there was the green, like it was an actual Titan. But I didn't know if there would be more of them. The white one. Oh, the white one was the, it makes 2/1/1s or something. This one? I thought it was really good, but it doesn't do the... It does do it. Whenever it attacks or blocks, you can do this. Or whenever it enters the battlefield or attacks, you can just draw a card and make a 1/1. Oh. I missed that. I missed that it's on attack too. What the heck? That's crazy. I'm into it. I love that there's new Titans. Backstreet Bruiser, 1 in a blue for a 3/3 defender. Cephalid Rogue. They just randomly like brought cephalids back. As long as there are 2 or more counters among creatures you control, it can attack as though it didn't have defender. Put some shield counters on it. Broker's Veteran. 1 in a blue for a 2/1. When it dies, put a shield counter on target creature. Seems good. Or seems fine. Case the Joint. Case the Joint. I will say I'm not a fan of these like pop culture card names. I don't like them. I cast Case the Joint. I hate fun. Yes, I do hate fun. I hated it in the D&D set, and I hate it now. Also, is he going to smoke this? Is he about to smoke this cylinder? 3 in a blue for an instant. Draw 2 cards that look at the top card of each player's library. Huh. Not that kind of joint. Cut your losses. Oh, this looks like this looks real close to one of the archive cards from Strixhaven. I'm sure it's the same person. Cut your losses. 4 and 2 blue. Casualty 2. As you cast this spell, you may sacrifice a creature with power 2 or greater. When you do, copy this spell. Target player mills half their library rounded down. So if you casualty this, it's half of their library, a fourth of their library. Or like you mill 75% of their deck, right? Yeah. It's not copy this, mill their deck completely. 6 mana win the game. Ooh, Disdainful Stroke's back. I wonder how they decide to put a card like this back in a set. I like that art, though. Is this one of the bosses? I've known for a year that you would cast this exact spell at this exact spot at this exact time. That's the Obscura leader, Raffine. Demon Sphinx? That's cool. Echo Inspector? Echo Inspector. Hello, ma'am. I'm here to inspect your echoes. Got a call. Heard you're having some trouble. 3 and a blue for a 2/3 flyer. When it enters the battlefield, it connives. So the creatures connive. I don't know if that means anything, but... Errant Street Artist. 1 blue for an 0/3 with Flash, Defender, and Haste. Defender Haste? Oh, okay. Haste because you can tap it. I like that. That's cool. Oh, yeah. Potentially a 3/4. A 3/4 flyer for 4. That's pretty good. What is it? What's that Jin? It's a... I want to say it's a 3-mana 3/4 flyer. What is it? I can't pronounce it. This card seems duty. Copy target spell you control that wasn't cast. So, like, if you cannot... Or... I'm guessing if you casualty... How... I'm gonna ask Jacob about it, but I need a list of cards. I need a list of spells that aren't cast. Like, yeah, I'm guessing it's like... They want to do it with casualty. Because you copy it. Huh. This card is like... too niche, probably. Even for its own set. No, I think you cast it for its evoke cost. Yeah, how do you get a spell without casting it? Riddle me this, Batman. Oh, is that a rare? No. No, that's gonna be my... That's gonna be my promo. No. I'm ready. I'm ready to get this stamped. Cascade Cast 2. Even the score. Is he turning into Phantom Limb? X and 3 blue, instant. The spell costs 3 blue less if an opponent has drawn 4 more cards this turn. Is there a theme of, like, making your opponent draw? What's going on? You can basically just copy copies. EDH bait. Absolutely. It's almost like a... It's almost like an archive trap or something. Expendable Lackey. 1 mana, 1 blue for a 1/1. Exile it from your graveyard, make a fish. What's up with that? What's up with all these fish? Fish that can't be blocked? These are some crazy fish. He's sleeping with the fishes. So he dies, and then you get a fish from the ocean, and it can't be blocked? Or you get turned into a fish? Fairy Vandal. Oh! It's a reprint. This is from Eldraine. Hypnotic Grifter. So they definitely got a bachelor's from Quandrix. But now they're fighting crime. Or now they're like doing crimes. Hypnotic Grifter, 1 blue for a 1/2. 3 mana, Connive. I like that. 3 mana to loot. And you don't have to tap. I wonder if there... So, like, it wants you to discard non-land cards. I wonder if there's something that cares about non-land cards in the yard. Ledger Shredder. Ledger Shredder. 1 and a blue for a 1/3 flyer. Whenever a player casts their second spell each turn, Connive. Weird. Oh, I guess... No, because you don't cast. I was going to say Casualty. But no, you don't cast. This is kind of a garbage rare. Maybe I picked the wrong guild. Oh wait, no, this is Obscura. If it's Obscura, I can't get it as my promo? Question mark? I want to say you probably get a guild-based promo. Also, I saw this art online. I didn't know what card it went to. And I was like, oh, they reprinted Demonic Tutor. A little chat. That's so dumb. I don't like it. Name it something else. One in a blue, instant, casualty 1. Look at the top 2 cards of your library, put one of them into your hand and the other on the bottom. Majestic Metamorphosis. 2 in a blue, instant. Until end of turn, target artifact or creature becomes a 4/4 angel and gains flying. Draw a card. Ooh. Usually these effects don't draw you a card, but that's pretty sick. Make disappear. There's gotta be a sleeping with the fishes spell, right? Like, 100%. Make disappear. 1 in a blue, instant, casualty 1, counter target spell. Ooh. So you could, like, they'd have to pay 4 if you copy this. It's kind of cool. Obscura Initiate. 2 in a blue, 2/2 flyer. Can gain lifelink. 2/2 flyers are usually fine. But they usually die to everything, or like they can never block. An offer you can't refuse. Great. 1 blue. Counter target non-creature spell. Its controller makes 2 treasure tokens. Oh. It just counters it and gives them treasure. Is this like... Is this modern playable? Like, that seems really good. Give them 2 treasures, but then you have like Karn on the field or something. And then they can't even use the treasure. Yeah, I think this card's going to do stuff. Out of the way. Out of the way. It should have an exclamation point. Also, she's just shoving this cat through a portal. So 3 and a blue. Instant. Costs 2 less to cast if it targets a green permanent. Return target non-land permanent an opponent controls to its owner's hand. Draw a card. This is Battle of Books all over again. Bounce a thing and draw a card. Pretty good. At least it's an uncommon. Battle of Books was a goddamn common. Psionic Snoop. 2 and a blue for an 0/3 with flash. Whenever it enters the battlefield, it connives. So it could be a 1/4. Oh, it's 3 mana. Okay. I was thinking this was a 1-drop. I was like, geez, how many flash 0/3s are in this set? Psychic Pickpocket. 4 and a blue for a 3/2. When it enters the battlefield, it connives. When it connives this way, return up to 1 target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. Huh. That's a weird way to word that. They could just say connive, bounce a thing. Weird. Public Enemy. Hey, get it, Dominic. Yeah, I bet they did a lot of art in this set. Like, this is their time to shine. Public Enemy. 2 and a blue. Enchant creature aura. All creatures attack enchanted creatures controller each combat if able. Oh. When enchanted creature dies, draw a card. Yo. What a crazy commander card. Although, I guess you would also have to attack. Like, your creatures would have to attack them too. I like this card a lot. This card is gonna cause some grief. Reservoir Kraken. 2 and 2 blue for a 6/6. Trample and ward. Is that the eyeball? Like, is this the head? That's the eye. I think that's what I'm looking at. At the beginning of each combat, if Reservoir is untapped, any opponent may tap an untapped creature. If they do, tap the Kraken and create a 1/1 fish. Oh. And the fish can't be blocked. That sounds really good. Because it's your combat and your opponent's combat. It's not just your combat. So, like, each turn you could make... Or each, like, turn rotation, you can make 2 fish that can't be blocked. That seems pretty good. Like, if you play this on turn 4, they kind of just... Maybe they don't take the 6. I don't know. I don't know at what point making fish is, like, stronger than just taking the 6. Or the 6/6 trample. I like this card. This card's pretty cool. Rooftop Nuisance. Nuisance has an I in it? Nuisance. That just looks weird. 2 to blue for a sorcery, casualty 1. Tap target creature. It doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. Draw a card. Sack a thing. Tap 2 things. Draw 2 cards. This might be the best blue common. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. 5 5.0 LSV limited set review scale. Run out of town. Run out of town. That's such a bad card name. And it's not even fun. 3 and a blue for an instant. The owner of target non-land permanent puts it on the top or bottom. Okay. Cool, whatever. Security bypass. 1 and a blue enchantment. As long as the enchanted creature is attacking alone, it can't be blocked. Enchanted creature has, whenever it deals combat damage to a player, it connives. That's pretty good. Put this on your biggest dude, and they just keep getting bigger. It's a common, too. I'm seeing a lot of Obscura. Oh, here we go. I'm not seeing a lot of Maestro. Sewer Croc. 5 and a blue for a 4/6. 3 and a blue can't be blocked. Costs 3 less to activate if there are 5 or more mana values among cards in your graveyard. So a 6 mana 4/6 that can't be blocked if you and it's only 1 blue if you have a bunch of cards in your yard. Quick, let's hide in the sewer. What is that? Jinsei the thief, now deceased. He got eaten by a croc. Okay, here we go. Sleep with the fishes. 2 and 2 blue, enchant creature. When enters the battlefield, tap enchanted creature and make a 1/1 fish. Enchanted creature doesn't untap. So what's up with the fish? Like, what's the lore behind these crazy unblockable fish? Do they, like, eat Halo or something? Like, what's the deal? Slip out the back. 1 blue, instant. Put a +1 counter on target creature. It phases out. Man. So, phasing is now like an evergreen mechanic. It's just in every set. And it's like, I feel like it's not very intuitive for like new players. Because at least Exile, you could remove it from the board. But phasing out, it just doesn't exist. It doesn't exist, but it like stays the same. And then it doesn't like come back into play. I don't like it. Alright. Undercover Operative. 2 and 2 blue for a Shapeshifter Rogue. Is it just a clone? Can enter the battlefield as the copy of any creature on the battlefield, except it enters with a shield counter. Oh, if you control that creature. Gotcha. So if you pick your own dude, you get a shield counter. Seems fine. Wait, who are these? What is this symbol? Is this the Bant? The brokers? It looks like the brokers want the counters, like the shield counters and stuff. Winged Shield Agent. 2 and a blue for a 2/3. When it enters the battlefield... Oh, it enters the battlefield with a shield counter. When it attacks, up to 1 other target creature gains flying. Ooh. Oh, Winged Shield Agent. I get it. Wiretapping. 4 and a blue. Hideaway. Okay, okay. Whenever you draw your first card during each of your draw steps, draw a card. What? Oh, you would draw 2 cards, I guess. Then if you have 9 or more cards in hand, you may play the exiled card. Dang. 5 mana, Howling Mine for yourself. Pretty good. Like, you could probably just ignore the hideaway part. Unless it's commander or whatever. I like these hideaway enchantments. Although this one really does do nothing the turn you play it. At least the white one, like, made 1/1s. Or could make 1/1s immediately. Witness Protection. 1 blue. Oh, I've seen this card. Enchanted creature loses all abilities and is a green and white citizen with base and power and toughness 1/1 named Legitimate Business Person. That's so funny. That's so funny. Like, this is going to be a commander staple. And you're just going to turn people's, like, omnaths into a legitimate business person. Hilarious. That's, like, peak comedy. Or, like, you turn Emrakul into a legitimate business person. Amazing. This is the best blue common. It's fine. Angel of Suffering. 3 and 2 black for a 5/3 flyer. Nightmare Angel. So a mono black angel. Jeez. I feel like that's the first we've ever seen. Like, we've seen, like, black-white angels, but not, like, mono-black. That might not be true. There might be a black angel in Kaldheim. I have to use a different window. Scryfall. Angel. Okay, there were... Wait, I'm dumb. There's been mono black angels forever. Never mind. Freaking Desolation Angel. Okay, never mind. Forget I said anything. Alright. So we got a 5/3 flyer. If damage will be dealt to you, prevent that damage and mill twice that many cards. That could maybe... Like, this could maybe be a limited bomb. Or you mill yourself. This might be a trap. I'm too scared to play this card. Unless there's a Lab Man in the set. If they just reprinted Lab Man. Body Launderer. 2 and 2 black for a 3/3 with Death Touch. Whenever another non-token creature you control dies, Body Launderer connives. When Body Launderer connives, return another target non-rogue creature card with equal or lesser power from your graveyard to the battlefield. Dang. Okay, yeah, so you connive, you throw, like, a smaller creature in the yard. This gets a +1 counter. I like this card. Jeez. Get this thing really big. Bring back something huge. It is funny, though, that they don't want you to... they don't want you to loop them. So, like, you can't bring back Body Launderer with Body Launderer. Cemetery Tampering. 2 and a black. Enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may mill 3 cards. Then if there are 20 or more cards in your graveyard... Ooh. That's so easy to do in, like, Commander. Yo. I love all these hideaway cards. In Limited, you need half your deck in the yard. I don't think that's going to happen. But Commander seems good. Corrupt Court Official. 1 and a black for a 1/1. Enters a battlefield. Target opponent discards a card. Sure. Is it? What's that rat? There's some rat that does that. Crooked Custodian. 1 and a black for a 3/2. Enters the battlefield tapped. Cut the Profits. Okay, the art on this is well done, but I don't like it. It's like they're cutting him up. Like they're cutting chunks out of this dude and turning it into gold. It's also like those videos where they cut into something and it's cake. This guy was just cake. I can't believe it. That's what the flavor text should have said. Wow, I can't believe this guy was cake. So 2 X and 2 black sorcery. Casualty 3. You draw X cards and you lose X life. It's pretty good. Like this could be... I guess you gotta be careful. You don't like kill yourself. But yeah, this the vibe I get from this is he's made out of cake. Or like this is just a cake. Cutthroat Contender. 1 black for a 1/1. Pay 1 life. It gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Activate only once. So 1 mana 2/1. Mono black aggro. It'd be funny if it got lifelink too. So then it just like pay 1 life, gain 2 life. Deal Gone Bad. 3 and a black, instant. Target creature gets -3/-3. Target player mills 3 cards. Okay. Some decent removal. -3/-3 probably hits everything in the set. Or like hits most things. And it gets past shield counters, which is very important. I'm getting the feeling that like red and green are probably going to be garbage. Cuz like what do you do when your opponent has all these shield counters and you only have like damage based removal? Demon's Due. 3 and a black. Instant. Scry 2, then draw 2. You lose 2 life. It's kind of like a Dark Bargain. It's like Dark Bargains adjacent. Dig Up the Body. 2 and a black. Casualty 1. Mill 2 cards. You may return a creature card from your graveyard to your hand. I feel like this card's only worth it if you copy it. So 3 mana, bring 2 cards back. I don't know. Dusk Mangler. Who's that artist? Antonio? 5 and 2 black. 5/4. An additional cost to cast this spell, sack a creature, discard a card, or pay 4 life. When it enters the battlefield, each opponent sacrifices a creature, discards a card, and loses 4 life. Okay, so this is Dusk Mangler is what I'm bringing back with Body Launderer. Hell yeah. Extract the Truth. But like 7 mana, that's kind of like steep. You know? But like that is a big effect. Sack a creature, discard a card, and lose 4 life. I bet it's pretty good in limited. Or at least sealed. Maybe not draft. Extract the Truth. Gross. 1 and a black sorcery. Target opponent reveals their hand. You discard a card from it. Target opponent sacrifices an enchantment. Huh. Choose a creature, enchantment, or planeswalker. Huh. So it's like they're giving black more enchantment removal. Fake your own death. Is that Johnny Depp as a vampire? 1 and a black instant. Turn of turn. Target creature gets +2/+0. When it dies, return it to the battlefield. And make a treasure. You fake your own death. You fake your own death, and you get the insurance money. Sure. Girder Goons. That's the best Magic card name I have ever read. Girder Goons. Girder Goons. 4 and a black for a 4/4. When it dies, make a tapped 2/2 rogue. Ooh. Okay, so you could cast it for 4. Swing for 4, then make a 2/2. That's a good card. Girder Goons. That's so good. What a name. Graveyard Shift. This is absolutely the art on a Yu-Gi-Oh card. 4 and a black. This spell has flash as long as there are 5 or more mana values among cards in your graveyard. Ooh, there we go. So you're graveyard shifting Dusk Mangler. They are both uncommons, but like that's not that hard to do. Grizzly Sigil. 1 black for a sorcery, casualty 1. Choose target creature or planeswalker. If it was dealt non-combat damage this turn, deals 3 damage to it and you gain 3 life. What? So if something is dealt damage, you can just Lightning Helix it for 1 mana. And you can copy it. Okay. Red aggro, do not do it. Do not play red in this set. Holy crap. Gain 6 life? This makes me feel like aggro is not a thing in this set. Unless there's a lot of like head cracks or stuff. Or some like really powerful like aggro creatures. I don't know. Man, deal 3, gain 3. Illicit Shipment. Is this the DoorDash? The Uber of Halo? 3 and 2 black, sorcery, casualty 3. Search your library for a card and put it into your hand. Ooh. So you could tutor twice if you sack a thing. I'm really hoping there's a... Or, like, what I want to do is, like, gain control of my opponent's stuff and then casualty. There's the flavor. Incriminate. 1 and a black. Sorcery. Choose 2 target creatures controlled by the same player. That player sacrifices one of them. So you pick 2 of the best things and they keep the best. That's fine. This isn't... I don't think it's that great. It's not going to save you in a pinch. Join the Maestros. 4 and a black. Casualty 2. Make a 4/3 ogre. So 5 mana, make 2 ogres potentially. That seems good. Maestro's Initiate. 2 and a black for a 3/1. Then you can pay 4, a blue and a red, exile it from your graveyard, draw 2 cards, then discard a card. I think these initiates are all going to be, like, pretty good. Like a 3/1, and then from the yard, you can just draw 2 cards. Midnight Assassin. 2 and a black for a 1/2 flying death touch. I guess it blocks well. Murder. This is just Fatal Push. Oh, man. So, Obnixilis took over the Maestros. He's like the Maestro leader now. Nightclubber. 1 and 2 black for a 2/2. When it enters the battlefield, creatures your opponent control get -1/-1. That's pretty good. 3 mana 2/2 that, like, kills all the 1/1s. Refined Silencer. 2 and a black for a 1/1. Enters the battlefield, it connives. When it dies, target creature an opponent controls gets -X/-X, where X is Refined Silencer's power. So it could be a 2/2, and you could, like, block a 4/4 and then kill it. That's pretty good. Or, like, it trades well. I love this art. I love this outfit. This hair. Revel Ruiner. 3 and a black for a 3/1 with Menace. Enters the battlefield, connives. Sure. Rogue's Gallery. 2 and a black, sorcery. For each color, return up to 1 target creature card of that color from your graveyard to your hand. I guess if you're playing a gang or a family, you could get back 3 creatures with this. That seems fine. Yeah, that seems fine. More if you're, like, splashing for a color. I don't know how, like, the fixing will be in this set, but, like, I don't know. You could splash a... You could maybe get back 4 creatures. But I bet 3 would not be that hard. I feel like I know this lady. Or, like, she looks so familiar. Sanguine Spy. 2 and a black for a 2/3. With Menace and Lifelink. Okay. Sacrifice another creature. Look at the top card of your library. So it surveils. At the beginning of your end step, if there are 5 or more mana values, you may pay 2 life. If you do, draw a card. Yo! This card's really good. What the heck? It does everything. It's so good. It gains you life, and to negate the drawing cards stuff. Dang, this is a really good card. Shadow of Mortality. 15 mana. 13 and 2 black. Also, this art, I love this art. It's like big shadow dude, and then like that's their hand. That's so good. They read the assignment and they got it. They nailed it. So it's a 7/7. If your life total is less than your starting life total, the spell costs X less to cast, where X is the difference. Okay, so it's just another Death Shadow variant. I'm wondering how it's gonna do. Because, like, it is 2 mana. Or, like, it could be a 2 mana 7/7. I feel like a lot of the time, it's probably just gonna be stuck in your hand. And it's probably, like, okay if it hits the battlefield. Shake down heavy. Oh no, Tibble. 2 and a black for a 6/4 with Menace. Okay. Whenever it attacks, if any player may have you draw a card. If they do, untap Shakedown Heavy and remove it from combat. What a good card. What was the other one? The other one was that Kraken. Can you imagine, like, Shakedown Heavy plus that Kraken? What a good card. Look, we both get what we want. I get your Halo. You get to keep your kneecaps. What a good card. 3 mana 6/4. Move over, Rotting Regisaur. Tavern Swindler. What is this, like? What is this POV? Like, what? Pay 3 life, flip a coin. If you win the flip, you gain 6 life. This is a reprint, right? It's definitely a reprint, and it's like the same hair and everything. Just like modern clothes. I like that. I like random reprints. Oh, man. Tenacious Underdog. What a unit. 1 and a black for a 3/2. And it has Blitz. And you can blitz it from your graveyard. So it's a 3/2, and you can cast it from the yard. You can basically unearth it. Seems good. But also, aggro sucks. So, maybe it's probably more for constructed, I feel like. Vampire Scrivener. 4 and a black for a 2/2 flyer. Whenever you gain life during your turn, put a +1 counter on it. Whenever you lose life during your turn, put a +1 counter. Oh. Okay. This is a payoff. Or, like, this is a build around. This card's going to get so big so quickly. Like that one card that was like pay 1 life, give it +1/+0. Here's what you use it for. All right, whack. That's the name of the card. Whack. 3 and a black for a sorcery. Costs 3 less to cast if it targets a white creature. Target creature gets -4/-4 until end of turn. It's just business. You understand. Well, the removal seemed okay in this set, or like in black. There wasn't. I feel like there wasn't that much of like just straight removal, because a lot of it was like give minus whatever. All right. So red cards. Yeah, there's not that many monocolor. I think we can get through this and take another break. Antagonize. 1 in a red, instant. Target creature gets +4/+3. The little guy had guts at least. You can see him right there between those cobbles. So, wait, so this is the dude that is getting the +4/+3, and it's crushing the little demon. Aw. Arcane Bombardment. 4 and 2 red for an enchantment. Whenever you cast your first instant or sorcery spell each turn, exile an instant or sorcery card at random from your graveyard. Then copy each card exiled with Arcane Bombardment. You may cast any number of the copies without paying their mana cost. Holy crap. What a card. So, like, it does nothing. Or, like, turn 7. Okay, turn 7. You play this, and then you opt, and you exile, like, some magnum opus from your graveyard. Opt magnum opus, and then the next time you cast something else, and you opt magnum opus the new thing. This card is insane. Holy crap. Like, it does do nothing when it comes into play, but like, I think if you could activate this once, you're in good shape. Big score. Is that like Scrooge McDuck? Swimming through the gold. 3 and a red for an instant. As additional cost to cast it, discard a card, draw 2, and make 2 treasures. This is a reprint, right? Like a functional reprint? It's fine. It's whatever. Call in a professional. 2 and a red for an instant. Players can't gain life this turn. Damage can't be prevented. Deal 3 damage to any target. Okay, here we go. This is how you get through all that garbage lifelink. Daring Escape. So Elspeth is trying to save Giada de Laurentiis. And she's got her new sword. 1 red for an instant. Target creature gets +1 and gains first strike. And then scry 1. It's whatever. It's okay. It's a combat trick. Devilish Valet. 2 and a red for a 1/3 with trample and haste. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield, double Devilish's power until end of turn. This card, it is not that hard for this card to go crazy. Like, if you equip it or, like, antagonize it, and then make a bunch of 1/1s or whatever, And it has trample just built in. Crazy. Insane. Imagine a world where you put 2 of these into play. Forget about it. Exhibition Magician. Okay, I like that. I like that it rhymes. It's like a slant rhyme kind of thing. 2 in a red for a 2/1. When it enters the battlefield, you can make a citizen or make a treasure. Oh, 3 mana 2/1. I would like this better if it was a 2 mana. It's whatever. Ooh. Oh, so this is a treasure. I don't know if we've ever seen like an artifact with the treasure subtype. Glittering Stockpile. 2 in a red for a treasure. You can tap, add 1 red, put a stash counter on it, sacrifice it, add X where X is... Add X mana of any one color where X is the number of stash counters. That card's pretty good. And you could like remove your stash counters to other things. This card, don't sleep on this card. It's going to do work. Gold Hound. 1 red for a 1/1 treasure dog. First Strike Menace. What? This is the best red common I've ever seen. A 1 mana 1/1 with First Strike and Menace. And it can just make a mana. Oh my god. A common with First Strike and Menace? This is cubable. Like it's an artifact? I gotta tell Ben. I gotta tell Ben to put this in the cube. Jeez. I do appreciate that they're printing, like, stronger, like, red cards at common. Because normally it's like, okay, here's a 1 mana 2/2. It's a rare. It's a rare with downside. But it's nice to see, like, a common with upside. Alright, Horde Hauler. 3 in a red for a 5/5 vehicle with trample. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, make a treasure token for each artifact they control. Whew. 4 mana 5/5 trample. Crew 3 though. Crew 3 is like... That feels hard to do. Involuntary Employment. 3 in a red. Are these like Easter eggs? Like what's going on? Sorcery. Gain control of target creature until end of turn. Untap it. It gains haste. Create a treasure token. Oh, I thought it would like make 2 treasures. This card's whatever. Jackhammer. 1 in a red for an equipment. Equipped creature gets +2/+0. Is that's it? It's just... Huh. I thought it would, like, do something else. I don't know. Yeah, it's really just give 2 power. Jaxus the Troublemaker? Jaxie? Jaxus. 3 in a red for a 2/3. Legendary creature. You can pay a red, tap it, discard a card, make a token that's a copy of another target creature and gains haste. And when this creature dies, draw a card. Sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step. Okay, so you can discard a card, copy a creature. The copy has haste. You sack it, you draw a card. Okay. Then it has Blitz. This card seems good. You could blitz it and then tap it, copy something big. Light them up. Are they just shooting like, are they using finger guns? One in a red, sorcery, casualty 2, deal 2 damage to target creature or planeswalker. Seems okay. I wish it went face though. 2 mana, deal 4 to someone's face. Mayhem Patrol. 1 in a red for a 1/2 with menace. Whenever it attacks, target creature gets +1/+0. So it's a 2 mana 1/2, and it could be a 2/2 with menace. Seems alright for a common. Plasma Jockey. Like they do construction. 3 in a red for a 3/1. Whenever it attacks, target creature and opponent controls can't block this turn. I like these cards. These are definitely like finishers. Or like it just makes combat harder for your opponent. Professional Face Breaker. 2 in a red for a 2/3. Menace. Whenever one or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, make a treasure. Sacrifice a treasure. Exile the top card of your library. You may play that card this turn. That seems pretty good. I think treasure is like a theme, or like I think Jund is a treasure. Like that's their thing. They just want to make treasures. I'm fine with that. What is this? Is this the Naya? No. I think this is Jund. I think Jund is the like Riveteers. Is that true? They are Jund. Okay. One of the 5 crime families centered in red. They are tough as nails, artisans who can break buildings as easily as kneecaps. Okay. Sure. Pugnacious Pugilist? Pugnacious Pugilist. 3 and 2 red for a 4/4. Whenever it attacks, create a tapped and attacking 1/1 red devil. With whenever this creature dies, it deals 1 damage to any target. This is an uncommon. That seems really good. Because, like, you can just keep making the devils, and then, like, if they kill the devils, like, you could just start shooting down their stuff. Pyre Sledge Arsonist. There's a lot of Viashinos in this set. Viashinos and Cephalids. I guess they got tired of, like, dragons and merfolk. There's probably not an ocean on this set. On this... No, wait, no. Cephalids. They're probably from the ocean. Anyways. Pyre Sledge Arsonist. 2 in a red for a 2/2. Pay 1, tap it. Deals X damage to any target. Where X is the number of permanents you've sacrificed this turn. Okay. There's going to be a historic deck with this card. Like, think about it. Like, you got your cat oven going. You've done, like, 3 loops of the cat oven. You've sacked 3 cats, 3 food. This deals 6 damage to face. This card is crazy. Or like you sack a bunch of treasures and then go face with it. This should be a rare. This card is gross. This is my favorite. Like, I think this is my favorite red card so far. Ready to Rumble. 4 in a red for a sorcery. Deals 5 damage to target creature or planeswalker. Destroy target artifact. Ready to Rumble. Ready to Rumble makes me think it would pump up a creature or like fight or I don't know. Like this is wrestling. This is a wrestling phrase. Also, good luck dealing 5 damage to something because everything will have a shield counter. Riveteer's Initiate. Ooh, I like that. He has like double claws. 2/2 for 2. Gains Death Touch until end of turn. That's weird. Giving a red creature Death Touch. I really like these initiates. I know I keep saying that, but like, you could play just, if you need a playable card in your deck, just like play an initiate. They seem good. Riveteer's Requisitioner. 1 in a red for a 3/1. When it dies, make a treasure. That's kind of cool. And you can blitz it. Blitz it, attack, make a treasure. Rob the Archives. This makes me think of Skyboot Free Sailor. Skyboat? Skyboot? I think it's boot. So 1 in a red for a sorcery, casualty 1. Exile the top 2 cards of your library. You may play those this turn. So 2 mana, you could exile 4 cards and play them. 2 mana, draw 4. This is a good card. Like, you're probably going to have stuff to sack. Sizzling Soloist. 3 in a red for a 3/2. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, target creature and opponent controls can't block. If this is the second time this is resolved, that creature attacks during its controller's next combat phase if able. Ooh, so you can like goad them, kind of. It's the power of the jazz. Sticky Fingers. Is that a JoJo's reference? 1 red for an enchantment. Enchanted creature has menace, and whenever it deals combat damage to a player, make a treasure. When enchanted creature dies, draw a card. What? That's so good. Like, the value of this is amazing. And it's only 1 red mana, so like, you can't get blown out. This is nuts. What a card. Strangle. 1 red. Sorcery, deal 3 damage to target creature or planeswalker. Go face. Give me a lightning bolt at sorcery speed. Cowards. Structural Assault. 3 and 2 red. It probably destroys artifacts. Destroy all artifacts. Then Structural Assault deals damage to each creature equal to the number of artifacts that are put into the graveyard from the battlefield. Yo. That's like, you destroy all treasures or whatever. I guess maybe not treasure. Because like, your opponent could sack the treasure in response. But like if you had a bunch of treasures or something, you could just board wipe. This card's pretty cool. I'm into it. Torch Breath. X and a red instant. The spell costs 2 less to cast if it targets a blue permanent. Can't be countered. Deals X damage. Fried squid coming up. I do like calamari. Calamari is so good. Like, whenever I see it at a restaurant, I have to order it. Unlucky Witness. 1 red for a 1/1. When it dies, exile the top 2 cards of your library. Until your next end step, you may play one of those cards. Okay, so like if you chump with it, you can cast those 2 cards on your next turn. This is really good. This is a really good like red 1-drop. It's great. What a time to play Magic. All right. It's the boy. Urabrask Heretic Praetor. 3 and 2 red for a 4/4. Haste. At the beginning of your upkeep, exile the top card of your library. You may play it this turn. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, the next time they would draw a card this turn, instead they exile the top card of their library. They may play it this turn. So they like skip their draw step kind of, but they can still play it. This card seems pretty weak. Or like it... The downside doesn't feel that down for the opponent, you know? Also, I didn't think we would even see Urabrask. Like, so I was thinking, like, we're building up to go back to Phyrexia, right? So it's like we saw Vorinclex, and then we just saw Jingataxias. So I was thinking, like, we aren't going to see Urabrask because he's, like, not a part of Phyrexia, or, like, he's doing his own thing. So he's not going to be, like, visiting other planes and, like, doing schemes and stuff. So I didn't think we were going to see him. And then I was thinking, like, we would maybe see Sheoldred if, like, Elish Norn didn't kill Sheoldred. And then we definitely will not see Elish Norn on another plane. Like, when we see Elish Norn, she's going to be on Phyrexia. Like, that was my theory, hypothesis, whatever. But then they're like, oh, let's just throw Urabrask into New Capenna. He's going to be a mob boss now. It's like, okay, I guess. Whatever. So that makes me think that we might just see Elish Norn, like, in the Brothers' War or something. Like, I don't know. This card's okay. Does the... What is it? Impulse drawing? Is that what it's called? If you impulse, you exile it. I don't know. It seems fine. It's not that exciting, honestly. I guess I'm less excited because it proved me wrong so quickly. Widespread Thieving. 2 and a red for an enchantment. Hideaway. Whenever you cast a multicolor spell, make a treasure, then you may pay Wooburg. If you do, you may play the exiled card. Oh. That's cool. This could go straight into, like, my 5-color Super Friends deck. Hell yeah. Witty Roast Master. Is that a microphone and he's just spraying someone in the face with fire? 2 and a red for a 3/2. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, deals 1 damage to each opponent. I mean, it'll get there. Wrecking Crew. 4 and a red. 4/5 reach and trample. Ugh. That card is just gonna stonewall like every flyer in the set. It's a 4/5 and it's a common. Too good. There's so many. Okay. We're near the end. We're close. Yeah, I think we do green multicolored and then probably group artifact and lands. All right, Attended Socialite. 1 and a green for a 2/1. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield, gets +1/+1. Cool. Bootlegger's Stash. 5 and a green for an artifact. Lands you control have tap, create a treasure. Like, this card is insane. If you get to untap with this card, crazy. Like, you're gonna win the game. Like, there's a million ways to abuse, like, treasure production. Insane. Like, that's all I have to say about it. Shoot, maybe I should have picked the Riveteer. The Riveteer class for pre-release. So I could get the Bootlegger's Stash. Bouncer's Beatdown. 2 and a green for an instant. Deals X damage to target creature or planeswalker, where X is the greatest power among creatures you control. If that creature would die, exile it. Like, I really think that these cards, like fight spells and damage dealers, are going to be much worse with, like, shield counters. Like, maybe there's not that many shield counters flying around, but, like, when you do play against Naya, I guess Naya has them. Naya and Bant, you're going to have a bad time. Broken Wings. Destroy target artifact, enchantment, or creature with flying. Cabaret Initiate. 1 green for a 1/2. Gains double strike. It's just a raccoon in a fancy suit. Chaldea Strongarm. What's Chaldea? 4 and a green for a 2/3. Enters the battlefield, put 2+1 counters on target creature. So it's a 5 mana 4/5. If you don't have anything else, and you can blitz it. You could blitz it, put counters on something else, and then, like, when it dies, you still have, like, a bigger creature. Seems pretty good. Capenna Express. 3 and a green for a 6/6. Sack a treasure. It crews with treasure. That's pretty cool. Okay, I'm into, like, this this treasure sub theme, or, like, treasure, like, I don't know, archetype. I'm into it. Civic Gardener. 1 and a green for a 2/2. Whenever it attacks, untap target creature or land. So turn... No, wait, no, yeah, you could, like... swing on turn 3 and potentially like have 4 mana for that turn, or like play a combat trick or something. Cleanup Crew, 4 and 2 green for a 6/6. When it enters the battlefield, choose 1. Destroy target artifact, enchantment, exile target card from a graveyard. You gain 4 life. So it's like a Honey Mammoth, but it also... Rip Honey Mammoth. That card never had a chance. It just got... I guess this is a uncommon. Courier's Briefcase. 1 and a green for a treasure. Okay. I like that there's like treasure artifacts now. That gives me hope that we will have a set where there's food artifacts. When it enters the battlefield, make a citizen. Sack the briefcase to add 1 mana of any color. Pay Wooburg, sack the briefcase, draw 3 cards. That's not nothing. Like, if you make enough treasures, 5 mana, draw 3 cards. I don't know. I feel like that's pretty good. If you could activate this. Elegant Entourage. What's in the box? The box, there's 3 cards. It's a Alpha Ancestral Recall. Look at these ladies. Look how deep that V cut is. That is a deep V. 4 mana for a 4/4. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, target creature other than this gets +1/+1 and trample. Seems good. What's actually in the box? I don't know. Drugs? Probably just money. If I had to guess. Whatever magic money is. Has there been a set where... Like, has there been a magic set where there's currency that's not just gold coins? Because, like, whenever money's involved, it's always gold coins. Like, there's never, like, a stack of bills. You know? Evolving Door. 2 and a green for an artifact. Pay 1 mana, tap it, sack a creature. Count the colors of the sacked creature. Then search your library for a creature card that's exactly that many colors +1. Exile that card, then shuffle. You may cast the exiled card. Activate only as a sorcery. I don't feel... What is it? I don't feel educated enough to give my opinion about this card. Like, it's definitely not Birthing Pod, and that's all I can say. Like, you could sack something and then go grab something big that's like multicolored. Also, what if they add a 6th color to Magic? Like, we have Wooburg plus something else, and then this can go grab like those, like the 6 color cards. I don't know. Fight Rigging. This should just be called like Rigged Fight, or like Taking a Dive or something. Fight Rigging. 2 and a green enchantment. Hideaway. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put a +1 counter on target creature. Then if you control a creature with power 7 or greater, you may play that card. That's not that hard to do. Like, play this, couple turns, you could just play something with 7 power. Or 6 power, put a +1 counter on it. Man, they made Hideaway real easy to trigger. For the family, they should have just named this card Ohana. 1 green instant. Target creature gets +2/+2. If you control 4 or more creatures, it gets +4/+4. Okay, I was trying to think, like, could this work? Or, like, could this be a new card for Infect? No. There's never a moment where you have, like, 4 creatures on the battlefield. Absolutely not. Freelance Muscle. Whenever Freelance Muscle attacks or blocks, it gets +X/+X, where X is the greatest power and or toughness among other creatures. That seems cool. So +X can be, like, if you have a 0/10, it will get +10/+10. Like, that's cool. I like that it looks at both. Gala Greeters? Why are they blue? 1 and a green for a 1/1. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield, choose one that hasn't been chosen this turn. Put a +1 counter on Gala Greeters. Create a tapped treasure. You gain 2 life. A tapped treasure? What? Do they think... did they think this card was too busted? So if you can somehow make 3 creatures enter the battlefield, you could, like, gain 2 life, put a counter, make a treasure. Tapped treasure. Why do they care? maybe in playtesting, like, there was something just busted about, like, an untapped treasure. Glittermonger? That's a good name. Three and a green for a 1/4. Tap, make a treasure. I guess that's okay. I'm not that excited about a 4-mana dork. But whatever. It makes treasure. High-rise Sawjack. 2 and a green for a 2/3 with a reach. Whenever it blocks, a creature would fly and it gets +2/+0. Oh, it's a spider. It's literally that spider from Innistrad. Ooh, Jewel Thief. Vigilance, 3 mana, 3/3. Vigilance Trample. When it enters the battlefield, make a treasure. Best green common. Like, hands down, 100%. 3 mana, 3/3. Vigilance Trample. Make a treasure. What's the downside? I think Magic has hit a point where, like, the downside isn't a thing anymore. You know? Luxurious Libation. Now here's a card I can get behind. X and a green, instant. Target creature gets +X/+X until end of turn. Make a 1/1 citizen. Seems fine. You could just pay 1 green and make a 1/1. So Halo is like alcohol? It's like a drink? They drink it? Most Wanted. Oh, that's Elspeth, right? Who the hell is that? Tuna Green, Flash, Enchantment. Enchanted creature gets +2/+1. When enchanted creature dies, make 2 treasures. The auras in this set are so good. Like, there's so much value in them. Crazy. Prize Fight. 1 and a green, instant. Target creature you control fights target creature you don't control. Make a treasure token. Oh, I was thinking like if you won, or like if that creature died, you would make treasures or something. But I guess just making a treasure is fine. I love this little raccoon fighting a rhino. Rox Pummeler. Uh-oh, he's got that smash hammer. 5 and a green for a 6/3. Enters the battlefield with a shield counter. Nice. Has trample as long as it has a count. Oh, as long as it has a shield counter. Okay. So it's a 6/3 trample until you remove the shield counter. Riveteer's Decoy. 1 and a green for a 3/1. Must be blocked if able. Social Climber. I like this art. It feels like they took a lot of the artists from the Strixhaven archives, and they're like, hey, we have a whole set that your art would be like great in. So 2 and a green for a 3/2. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield, you gain 1 life. It's a Soul Sister, kind of. A 3-mana green, one-sided Soul Sister. Take to the Streets. 4 and a green, sorcery. Creatures you control get +2/+2 until end of turn. Citizens you control get an additional +1 and gain vigilance. Oh, it should have given trample. If this gave trample, like make a citizens overrun, so spicy. Titan of Industry. 4 and 3 green for a 7/7 with reach and trample. Okay. When enters the battlefield, choose 2. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. Target player gains 5 life. Make a 4/4 Rhino. Put a shield counter. Yo. This card is nuts. It's funny because it's not a Titan. Like, it doesn't have the attack clause. But like a 7/7 reach trample, and you can like make a 4/4 and then put a shield counter on something. This card is pretty solid. Like, I guess it's a bomb. It's like a medium bomb. I would say it's an A. Like, just a solid card. Topiary Stomper. Look at this dude. Look at this plant dino. So, Topiary Stomper. 1 and 2 green for a 4/4 with vigilance. When it enters the battlefield, search your library for a basic land, put it onto the battlefield. Can't attack or block unless you control 7 or more lands. Okay. I was like, 3 mana 4/4 with vigilance? What? Is that allowed? Venom Connoisseur. This thing better have Death Touch. 1 and a green for a 2/2. Alliance. Venom Connoisseur gains Death Touch. If this is the second time, all creatures you control gain Death Touch. Ooh. That's pretty good. give it Death Touch or just give everything Death Touch. Vivian of the Hunt. Oh, Vivian on the Hunt. She's got like a little hat on and like a... Is that a briefcase? Like what's she doing here? Why is she on Capenna? There's no animals. Can you imagine like she shows up to Capenna, kills one of the like rhino people, and then goes to jail? Like gets arrested, goes to court, life sentence at Capenna jail. Like what a story. Honestly, that would be very funny if that happened. They're like, Vivian, rhinos are people on this plane. You can't just kill them. Okay. 4 and 2 green. 4 loyalty, Planeswalker. You may sacrifice a creature. If you do, search your library for a creature card with the mana value equal to 1 plus the sacrificed creature's mana value. Put it onto the battlefield, shuffle. Okay. It's a 6 mana birthing pod. Is that like... They decided that like that is where... Like that's the value of a birthing pod trigger. 6 mana. Oh, 2 pluses. That's cool. Mill 5 cards and put any number of creature cards milled that way into your hand. That's pretty cool. -1, make a 4/4 rhino. Dang, yeah, you could just make a rhino. You could just make 4 rhinos and be fine. You know? This card's okay. It's just a very okay Planeswalker. I wouldn't call it a bomb. Although making 4/4s is like... That's not nothing. But it's definitely not a... It's not that great of a Planeswalker. Voice of the Vermin. 3 and a green for a 2/2. Enters the battlefield with a shield counter. When it attacks, target creature you control has base power and toughness 4/4. So you just make a big rat. Warm Welcome. 2 and a green for an instant. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library. Make a 1/1 citizen. Okay. I feel like this set, like, I think this is Cabaretti, the, like, Naya. I feel like Naya, they intended for it to be food-themed, but then they were like, no, let's get rid of the food theme. But they already had, like, the art and everything, or whatever. I think they got rid of all the food. They're like, no more food tokens. We're done with it. Food and treasure is too much in one set. Like if I saw this card, I'd go, oh, it makes a food token or something. No, it makes a 1/1. Workshop War Chief. That is a big wrench. Also, a golden wrench is very impractical because of how soft gold is. So 3 and 2 green, 5/3 with trample, Thragtusk. Whenever it enters the battlefield, you gain 3 life. Thragtusk. When it dies, make a 4/4 green rhino. Thragtusk. And it has Blitz. Oh man, it's just another Thragtusk. Like I know Thragtusk is like better because Thragtusk when it leaves the battlefield and gains you 5 life. But this has trample. This makes a 4/4. And you can blitz it. So you like blitz it, gain 3 life, and make a 4/4 guaranteed. I want to say this is better than Thragtusk. There, I said it. I wasn't going to say it, but here we are. Workshop War Chief. There's a picture of him on the wall. That's funny. Alright, I think I can knock out... I think multicolored's going to take like a whole hour. Let's knock out artifacts. And then I'll take another break. And then we'll come back and finish up, I think. Yeah, I think that's a good plan. Arc Spitter. 1 mana. Artifact equipment. Equipped creature has pay 1. This creature deals 1 damage to target creature that's blocking it. And it has equip 1. Okay. I saw this card. I think this card is insanely good. Like, if you have a Death Toucher or whatever, this card gives it, like, firstest strike. Like, even if they have first strike, they can't hit your guy. Like, you just go, oh, pay 1 mana, deal 1 damage to it, it dies. Like, I think this card is so good. I will not pass Arc Splitter. I promise you that. Like, when we draft this set, I will not pass Arc Splitter. It's too good. Brass Knuckles. 4 mana equipment. When you cast this spell, copy it. Equipped creature has double strike as long as 2 or more equipment are attached to it. Equip 1. That's pretty good. Like, if you have like an equipment deck, you could give 2 different creatures can have the Brass Knuckles. Or 6 mana, give 1 creature double strike. This card's cool. I'm into it. I honestly just love cheap equipments. Cement Shoes. Does the creature lose flying or something? 1 mana equipment. Equipped creature gets +3/+3 and has, at the beginning of your end step, tap this creature. It doesn't untap during its controller's untap step. Equip 2. So what you could do with this is like equip to something, attack, equip to something else on the end step, or like before your end step. So then there's like no downside. I really thought it would lose flying, but I guess that wasn't necessary. Chrome Cat. 3 mana, 3/2. When it enters the battlefield, scry 1. Getaway Car. 3 mana, 4/3 vehicle with haste. Whenever it attacks or blocks, return up to 1 target creature that crewed it this turn to its owner's hand. And it has crew 1. Holy crap. ETBs forever. A 3 mana 4/3 with haste is like not bad. Gilded Pinions. 2 mana equipment. Does it equip to vehicles or something? When it enters the battlefield, create a treasure. Equipped creature has flying. Oh, I thought it was like a hood ornament. Like I thought it would go on your car or something. That is cool that like It technically has equip 1 since it makes a treasure. Like, that's pretty cool. Halo Scarab. I would 100% wear something like this. Like, if I had an accessory that was just a big old scarab, absolutely. Halo Scarab. 2 mana, 2/1. Pay 2. Exile it from your graveyard, make a treasure. So, is Halo mana? Like, why does Halo... Like, Halo is a source of mana? Is that how it... That's what it seems like. Okay. I think this is, like, my favorite card in the set. Absolutely busted. So, Luxior Giada De Laurentiis' Gift. 1 mana. Legendary artifact equipment. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 for each counter on it. Equipped permanent isn't a planeswalker and is a creature in addition to its other types. Equip Planeswalker 1. So this card turns Planeswalkers into creatures. So, like, your opponent can't attack them anymore. And they get, like, kind of beefy, like, based on their loyalty counters. This card is so busted. 2 mana, make any Planeswalker a creature. So good. It's so good. Pick up this card quick. Because it's going to be like a commander staple, like, immediately. Ominous Parcel. Oh, are those like demon horns? 1 mana artifact. 2 and tap it. Sacrifice Ominous Parcel. Search your library for a basic land card. Reveal it. Put it into your hand, then shuffle. Okay. So it's kind of a expedition map, but weaker. Then 5 mana, sack it. Deals 4 damage to target creature. That's fine, but, like, the parcel is dealing the damage? Or, like, are you throwing the demon horns at someone? Like, what? I feel like this card is a flavor fail. Or maybe you open it and, like, they're so, like, shocked. Or, like, it's like having a horse head in your bed. It's so upsetting you just take 4 damage. I imagine demons care a lot about their horns. Like, if you cut a demon's horns off, are they even still a demon? Paragon of Modernity. 4 mana 2/2 artifact Angel Warrior with flying. Pay 3, gets +1/+1 till end of turn. If exactly 3 colors of mana were spent to activate it, put a +1 counter instead. This card seems pretty good. Like, if you are playing 3 colors, I could definitely see this, like, getting huge. Quick Draw Dagger. 3 mana equipment with flash. When it enters the battlefield, attach it to target creature you control. That creature gains first strike. And it gives +1/+1. So it's a combat trick. It's just like give first strike once and then +1/+1 later. That's pretty cool. Scuttling Butler. 3 mana 4/1. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if you control 2 or more multicolored permanents, Scuttling Butler gains double strike. Why is this Butler so aggro? Suspicious Bookcase. 2 mana for an 0/4 wall with Defender. 3 and tap it. Target creature can't be blocked this turn. I think that's a reprint. I feel like that was in a core set. The core set with like Arcades, Savat, like all the dragons. Unlicensed Hearse. 2 mana for a vehicle. Exile up to 2 target cards from a single graveyard. Its power and toughness are equal to each of the number of cards exiled with it. Okay, so turn 2 you play it. I don't know if anything's in the yard, but like it could be a 2/2. I guess it just gets huge. Maybe that's it. It's just inevitability. So like if you're in Maestro, you're just like filling up your yard with discarded cards, and then this is getting bigger. I think that's the goal. Like if you open this, you go Grixis. I think that's what they want you to do. That's the artifacts. Are there any fancy lands? Enters tapped. Draw a card. I think I can blow through the lands really quick. Broker's Hideout. Land. When it enters the battlefield, sacrifice it. When you do, search your library for a basic forest, plains, or island. Put it onto the battlefield tapped. Oh, there's one of those for each of the guilds. That's really cool. I like those cards. I like that it's like landfall, but immediately. Or it's like almost a fetched land. I don't know. I dig it. Like you play this, and then you get a Mayhem Devil trigger. That's the strat. That's what they want you to do with it. The final stretch. Yeah, it feels like this set probably is going to feel a lot like Cons, I guess. Because Cons was all about like the wedges. All right. Avon Heartstabber. They're stabbing people with something that big? That's pretty brutal. So 1 and a black, or a blue and a black for a 1/1 flyer. As long as there's 5 or more mana value cards among cards in your graveyard, it gets +2/+2 in Death Touch. When it dies, mill 2 cards and draw a card. Wait, so this is like almost Baleful Strix? This is just Baleful Strix. But it can be a 3/3. Holy crap. Because, like, it always draws you the card. But, like, it could just be a 3/3 with Death Touch. Damn. That might have to go in the cube. Like, is it finally Baleful Strix's time to, like, retire? Black Market Tycoon. Red and a green for a 2/2. At the beginning of your upkeep, it deals 2 damage to you for each treasure you control. Make a treasure token. So it's like a... It's a mana dork that makes treasure, but you get punished for like having a bunch of them. I like that. I think this is a cool card. And it's a cat in a suit. This set is definitely like for the furries. This is definitely pro furry. Body Dropper. Black and a red for a 2/2. Whenever you sacrifice another creature, put a +1 counter on Body Dropper. Sacrifice another creature, Body Dropper gains menace. Okay, black red sacrifice is getting some more support. Brazen Upstart. Red, green, white for a 4/2 with vigilance. When it dies, look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature card, put it into your hand. Yeah, I wonder how hard it'll be to play like a 3-color deck. I bet you I can kind of see like if you go all in on treasures, you could play like 5-color. I think that would be cool. Yeah, just play 5-color treasures. Cause like that was a strategy in Ixalan. You just drafted all the treasure makers, which was like blue. So you're like mono blue, but then you can play 5-color cards. It was a cool like archetype. Broker's Ascendancy. Look at this cat. Look at this swagger. Also, I thought this was like the Birdman's hand on this guy's head. Alright, so green, white, and a blue for an enchantment. At the beginning of your end step, put a +1 counter on each creature you control with a loyalty counter. On each creature you control, and a loyalty counter on each planeswalker. Oh. So, Super Friends getting more support. Broker's Charm. Green, white, blue. Instant, choose one. Target creature gets +1/+0. It deals damage equal to its power to target creature or planeswalker until an opponent controls. Okay. Oh, it gets +1/+1, and it deals damage to a creature or planeswalker. Okay. Destroy target enchantment. Draw 2 cards. I don't know, like making something like shoot something else and then draw 2 cards. That seems pretty good. Maybe I should have picked Brokers. I messed up. I chose wrong. I should have chose the Treasure faction. Cabaretti. Is it 2 T's? Is that pronounced differently? Cabaretti? Cabaretti Ascendancy. Red, green, white. Enchantment. Beginning of your upkeep, look at the top card of your library. If it's a creature card or planeswalker, you may reveal it and put it into your hand. If you don't, you may put it on the bottom of your library. So you kind of get to draw 2 cards every turn. Or like put something to the bottom, draw a better card. Like if it's a land. That's kind of cool. Celestial Regulator. Oh, I love this art. Also, it's given me mystical elf vibes from Yu-Gi-Oh! Remember, it had like 2,000 defense. It was too strong. Too powerful. So 1, a white and a blue for a 2/3 flyer. When it enters the battlefield, choose target creature you don't control and tap it. If you control a creature with a counter on it, the chosen creature doesn't untap. Okay, that's a common. That ain't bad. What the heck? Ceremonial Groundbreaker. Weird. Oh, the Groundbreaker is the shovel. I was like, where's the person? So 1, a green and a white. Equipment. Equipped creature gets +2/+1 and has trample. Equip citizen 1. Slap it on a shapeshifter. Equip citizen. I really like the design style of like, here's an artifact or here's an equipment. It's meant for this, but you can put it on something else. So it's like citizens get a discount. I like that. They're like straightforward with this is what you should do with this shovel. Civil Servant. When it attacks, you may tap another untapped citizen. If you do, it gets +1 and lifelink. Ooh. So green and a white for a 2/3. Oh. So it's like a new watchdog, right? Or a new lion or whatever. 3/3 lifelink. That ain't bad. Cormella, Glamour Thief. 1, a blue, a black, and a red for a 2/4 with haste. 1, tap, add blue, black, red to your mana pool. Spend this mana only to cast instant or sorceries. Dang, so a hasty mana dork that adds 3 mana. When it dies, return up to 1 target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. Dang. That's like, that's really good. Another like pretty cool Grixis like Spellslinger commander. That's an uncommon. What? That's an uncommon. Okay, so back in Dominaria, me and my friends would, because there were so many legendary creatures, me and my friends did like Brawl Sealed. You know, Brawl is like mini commander. It's like 60 card deck. You have a commander or a legendary creature or planeswalker. We would do Brawl Sealed. So like 6 packs. I think it was 6 packs. And you would build a Brawl deck and then fight each other. Like that was so fun. Although I remember opening crazy stuff, so maybe that's why it was fun. But I feel like this set, you could do it again. Like, if there's uncommon legendaries, like, yeah, you build a Cormella Brawl deck. Also, isn't that the... No, it's Carmella. The... What is it? What is it called? Castlevania. Castlevania the Vampire is Carmella. Corpse Appraiser. Blue, black, red for a 3/3. When it enters the battlefield, exile up to 1 target creature card from a graveyard. If a card is put into exile this way, look at the top 3 cards of your library, then put 1 of those into your hand and the rest in your graveyard. That's not nothing. Corpse Explosion. 1, a black and a red. Sorcery. Isn't Corpse Explosion... That's a Slay the Spire card. Right? That's a Slay the Spire card. As an additional cost to cast this spell, exile a creature card from your graveyard. Corpse Explosion deals damage equal to the exiled card's power to each creature and each planeswalker. It's Corpse Explosion. It's Corpse Explosion, except it doesn't spread poison like Slay Spire does. Shoot, so you could exile a big creature and just board wipe? That's pretty good. Crew Captain. They should have called it Girder Captain or something. There should have been a card called Gird Your Loins, and it's just about girders. That would be funny. So, black, a red, and a green for a 4-2 with haste. It has indestructible as long as it enters the battlefield this turn. A 4-2 haste, indestructible. And you could probably blink this or whatever. There's enough ways to abuse, like, enter the battlefield stuff. Darling of the Masses. 2, a green, and a white for a 2-4. Citizen Tribal. Other citizens you control get +1/+0. When it attacks, make a 1/1. Okay. I'm trying not to be upset. We get, like, Citizen Tribal, but they won't give us witches or chefs. That's messed up. Like, what do I gotta do to get to get wizards to print chefs or actual witches? It's sad. That's all I want. Okay, Disciplined Duelist. Green, white, blue for a 2-1 with double strike. Enters the battlefield with a shield counter. So double striker with, like, protection. Sign me up. Endless Detour. Green, white, and a blue for an instant. The owner of target spell, non-land permanent, or card in a graveyard puts it on top or bottom of their library. So it's like a counterspell, graveyard hate, or just like a bounce spell. This card is nasty. I mean, I guess it does cost Bant, but still. Sheesh. Evelyn the Covetous. 2 black-blue hybrid, black-red hybrid for a 2/5 with flash. Whenever Evelyn or another vampire enters the battlefield under your control, exile the top card of each player's library with a collection counter. Once each turn, you may play a card from exile with a collection counter on it if it was exiled by an ability you controlled. And you may spend mana over any color. Jeez. Okay, this is what I want to open. Like, I want her as my pre-release promo. What a card. So, like, if you build a commander deck with her, exile the top card of everyone's deck, and you can just play whatever. That's pretty good. Okay, exotic pets. What is up with the fish? Like, investigators observed that Antonio's beloved fish were thriving after his disappearance. Did they eat him? Like, are the fish the real villains of Capenna? Anyways, 1 a white and a blue for an instant. Create 2 1/1 fish that can't be blocked. Then for each kind of counter among creatures you control, put a counter of that kind on either of those tokens. Oh! So if you have a bunch of, like, keyword counters or shield counters, slap them on your fish. I bet this card's, like, really good. I'm almost tempted to never pass cards that make 1/1 fish. and just make a fish deck. Falco Spara, Pact Weaver? That ain't Falco. 1, a green, a white, and a blue for a 3/3. Flying Trample. Enters the battlefield with a shield counter. You may look at the top card of your library at any time. You may cast spells from the top of your library by removing a counter from a creature you control. It's a future sight on a 3/3 Flying Trample. That's pretty good. Fatal Grudge. Black and a red. Sorcery. As additional cost to cast this spell, sacrifice a non-land permanent. Each opponent chooses a permanent they control that shares a type with the permanent and sacrifices it. Draw a card. It's pretty good. Sack a token, they have to sack a creature. Sack a treasure, they sack an artifact. I feel like this card's going to do work. Fleetfoot Dancer. 1, a red, a green, and a white for a 4/4. Trample Lifelink Haste. Thank goodness it's not a human. Or like humans will just get another crazy card. Like Mantis Rider. Man. This is a bomb. Like 4 mana 4/4 Trample Lifelink Haste. That's going to do so much work. Forge Boss. Is that like Cake Boss? 2, a black and a red for a 3/4. Whenever you sacrifice one or more other creatures, it deals 2 damage to each opponent. It only triggers once each turn. No. Give me that 2 damage per sack. That would kind of be busted though. It's still probably pretty busted with like Cat Oven. Like on your turn, sack the cat, deal 2 to them. On their turn, sack the cat, deal 2 to them again. Seems good. Jeez, there's so many. There's so many multicolored cards. Also, there's a lot of alternate arts. There's like the showcase, and then there's always like the showcase, and then like the theme alternate arts. It's like Art Deco, and then maybe it's just Art Deco this time. But like every set always has like alternate frame, border, whatever, and then like showcase. They really like pack in the like alternate arts. Sorry. It's hard to focus. There's like I feel like my brain's like checking out. Okay, Glamorous Outlaw. 3, a blue, a black, and a red for a 4/5. When it enters the battlefield, it deals 2 damage to each opponent, and you scry 2. Okay. So 6 mana 4/5. And then you can exile it from your hand. Target land gains add blue, black, or red. Ooh. So yeah, this is a cycle. Like all three of the families get like a weird mana dork or like weird fixing that can be like cast from exile. I think it's really cool. I like it. So I guess you want to grab as many of these as possible if you're in that family color. Hostile takeover. 2, a blue, a black, and a red. Sorcery. Up to one target creature has base power and toughness 1/1 until end of turn. Another creature has base power and toughness 4/4, then deals 3 damage to each creature. So you pick their big guy. You pick their big guy, make it a 1/1. You pick your best guy, or like your best three toughness or less guy. Make it a 4/4. Board wipe, and then you can attack. This card, I like this card. Although it's a little too much like math for my liking, but I think it's good. Is this the third board wipe we've seen? And 2 of them, it might be the 4th board wipe, but 2 of them are in Grixis. Incandescent Aria. Red, green, white for a sorcery. Deals 3 damage to each non-token creature. Another board wipe. A Naya board wipe. Also, what is this? What is this art? I've definitely seen like alternate art for this card. All right, Jetmir. So Jetmir, is he the he's the Naya gang boss? I need to look up who the gang bosses are. I feel I feel very ignorant. But Jetmir, Nexus of Revels. Oh yeah, this guy likes to party. 1, a red, a green, and a white for a 5/4. Creatures you control get +1/+0 and have vigilance as long as you have 3 or more. They get +1/+0 and have trample as long as you have 6 or more. And they get +1/+0 and have double strike as long as you control 9 or more. What a bomb! I chose the wrong family. Like, have we seen the Grixis leader yet? Man, how easy would it be in Commander to have 9 creatures and they all have +3/+0, vigilance, trample, double strike? Oh my god. Like, that's so good. Jetmir's Fixer. red and a green for a 2/2. You can pay a red and a green. It gets +1/+1 until end of turn. If mana from a treasure was spent to activate it, put a +1 counter instead. Ooh. That's kind of cool. So you pay 1 and a treasure, and it's probably not worth it if you pay 2 treasures. Ginny Faye, Jetmir's second. So red and a green hybrid, green and a white hybrid for a 3/3. If you would create one or more tokens, you may instead create that many 2/2 green cats with haste, or that many 3/1 green dogs with vigilance. So whenever you make a treasure, you could make a 3/1 or a 2/2. Holy crap. What a card. God, imagine getting both of these and just making a bunch of treasures. That's so good. Okay. Here's a card that I've been looking at like all day. I read this card so many times. So, Lagrella, the Magpie, green, white, and a blue for a 2/3. When it enters the battlefield, exile any number of other target creatures controlled by different players until Lagrella leaves the battlefield. When an exiled card enters the battlefield under your control this way, put 2 +1 counters on it. So no one knows what this card does. Like, my gut reaction is that you can exile any number of creatures as long as you choose creatures that are controlled by different players. So I think you have to at least pick like 2 people. So like in Commander, you could exile the entire board except for Lagrella. Or like in Limited, I think what you could do is exile all your opponent's creatures and like one of yours and just get in there. Some people were saying it only hits 1 creature per player, but I don't know. We'll just see how it works on Arena. Arena is like the true test of like how a card works. But yeah, I think this card's really good. If it does work that way, like wipe your opponent's board, exile 1 creature you control. This card seems real good. Maybe I should have picked the brokers. I messed up. So Lord Xander, the Collector. So he's the Grixis head. Okay. Vampire, Demon, Noble. That's so many creature types. So 4 blue, black, red for a 6/6. When he enters the battlefield, target opponent discards half the cards in their hand, rounded down. When he attacks, defending player mills half their library, rounded down. When he dies, target opponent sacrifices half the non-land permanents they control, rounded down. Holy crap. What a card. So they discard a bunch, mill their deck, and then sack their stuff. I want him as my promo. I honestly chose the Maestros just because they have like a wine glass in their art. Only reason. All right, Maestro's Ascendancy. Dang, look at all these attractive people. Are all the Maestros just like super hot? Is that what it takes to be part of the family? All right, so blue, black, red, enchantment. Once during each of your turns, you may cast an instant or sorcery from your graveyard by sacking a creature, in addition to paying its other costs. If a spell cast this way would be put in the graveyard, exile it. Okay, so it gives flashback, but you just have to sack a creature. That's, I don't know, that seems fine. It's only during your turns, though. I don't know why it doesn't say each turn. Oh, maybe that was too strong. Maestro Charm. Blue, black, red, instant. Choose one. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. Put one of those into your hand and the rest into your graveyard. Each opponent loses 3 life and you gain 3 life. Deals 5 damage to target creature or planeswalker. This is giving me like X-Men comic book vibes. Like this is the doors to Cerebro. I don't know. This card seems real strong. Maestro's Diabolist. Blue, black, red for a 1/4 with Death Touch and Haste. Whenever it attacks, if you don't control a devil, make a 1/1 tapped 1/1 devil tapped and attacking. And when this creature dies, it deals 1 damage to any target. It's like, it's kind of like a, it's like an aggressive Ophiomancer, but like you never get to block. Yeah, like it's all aggro. Masked Bandits. 3, a black, a red, and a green. And it does the it's a 5/5 vigilance, and it does the mana fixing thing. Also, it's a raccoon. Raccoon Rogue. Raccoon gets a creature type. How many raccoons are in this game? Like 4. And they won't give us Chef. Honestly, there's probably more raccoons than chefs. Okay, Meeting of the 5. 3 and Wooburg for a sorcery. Exile the top 10 cards of your library. You may cast spells with exactly 3 colors from among them. Add double Wooburg to your mana pool. Spend this mana only to cast spells with exactly 3 colors. So, at best, you can cast 3 things if the mana works out. Or, that's not true. I guess you can spend your other mana if you have any. But you're already paying 8 for this card. Oh no, that's not even true. Cause like the multicolored spells, I'm assuming that there's that they're 3 mana each. I don't like this card. I don't want to play it. I'm gonna be real sad if I open it. Metropolis Angel. 2, a white and a blue for a 3/1 flyer. Yeah, there's a good number of angels in this set. I thought they were like wiped out. Flying, whenever you attack with one or more creatures with counters on them, draw a card. That's pretty cool. Mr. Orfeo, the Boulder. One, a black, a red, and a green for a 2/4. Whenever you attack, double target creature's power till end of turn. The Boulder. So it could be a 4/4. Or you're swinging in the air for like 6. And it's legendary. This could be your commander. Nimble Larcenist. So, white, blue, black for a 2/1 flyer. When it enters the battlefield, target opponent reveals their hand. You choose an artifact, instant, or sorcery and exile it. Oh, you just steal it. Like, it's not even like, what is it, that black and white card? That, like most of these cards take it and then give it back when they die, but this one just takes it. It doesn't even care. All right. Okay. Obnixilis, the adversary. He's back and he's wearing a suit. So 1 a black and a red for a 3 loyalty planeswalker. Casualty X. The copy isn't legendary and has starting loyalty X. So you could sack something big and make a bigger Obnixilis. So you get 2 Obnixilises. +1, each opponent loses 2 life unless they discard a card. If you control a demon or devil, you gain 2 life. -2, create a 1/1 red devil. And then -7, target player draws 7 cards and loses 7 life. That's a Gristlebrand activation. Hello? So you could cast Obnixilis, sack your Gristlebrand, and then ult the copy and get a Gristlebrand trigger. He seems okay. I don't know. He doesn't do much. I guess the novelty is in you could have 2 of them. So you can make 2 of them and then you can activate them twice. So like your opponent would lose 4 life and discard, unless they discard 2 cards. Or you can make 2 devils. Obscura Ascendancy. White, blue, black, enchantment. Whenever you cast a spell, if its mana value is equal to 1 plus the number of soul counters on this card, put a soul counter on Obscura Ascendancy. Then create a 2/2 flyer. As long as there are 5 or more soul counters on this card, spirits you control get +3/+3. So it's like you have to cast a 1-drop. And then a 2-drop, then a 3-drop, 4-drop, 5-drop. And then your dudes get big? Ew. This card is trash. If it was just whenever you casted something, like once per turn, I don't know. This card's bad. Like, do you save 1-drops so you can, like, get this thing going? This card absolutely does nothing. Do not play this card. All right. Obscura Charm. White, blue, black. Return target multicolored permanent card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Okay. Counter target instant or sorcery spell. Destroy target creature or planeswalker with mana value 3 or less. Choose one. Oh, are they always choose one? Choose one. Okay. I wish they would choose two, but maybe that'd be too busted. Obscura Interceptor. 1, a white, a blue, and a black for a 3/1 with flash and lifelink. It's a Cephalid wizard. When it enters the battlefield, it connives. When it connives this way, return up to one target spell to its owner's hand. Oh, it's a counter spell. So you flash connive, like bounce their spell back to their hand. That card seems good. It's like a 4-mana Mystic Snake that draws you a card. Agnes, the Dragon's Lash. 1 black-red hybrid, red-green hybrid. For a 3/3 with haste. Whenever a creature you control with haste attacks, create a tap treasure token. Whenever a creature you control with haste attacks, make a tap treasure. You can make so many treasures with this card. Just play like Concordant Crossroads or something. Or like Rhythm of the Wild. That seems so good. Alright, Park Heights Pegasus. Green and a white for a 2/1 with flying and trample. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. If you had 2 or more creatures enter the battlefield under your control this turn. Huh. So you can just draw a card if 2 creatures came in. Flying Trample. Jeez. That card's like okay. It's not that exciting. Quasar. Augur of Agonies. 1 white, blue, black for a 3/4. Whenever you draw a card, target opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. I would first pick this card all day. Just like drain someone, drain them out. That seems good. Or like this could be a cool commander deck. You just draw cards. Alright. Raffine? However you pronounce this. Scheming Seer. White, blue, black for a 1/4. Flying Ward 1. Whenever you attack, target attacking creature connives X, where X is the number of attacking creatures. So this thing could get real big. It's a Sphinx Demon. Dang. See, you could draw a bunch of cards. This card seems real strong. I guess it has to be strong if it's like the leader of the crime family. Rakish Revelers. 2, a red, green, white for a 5/3. This looks like a baby. Like, this elf just has like a baby face. When Rakish Revelers enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 green and white citizen. Okay. Oh, it does the mana fixing thing. But yeah, this is a creature that puts in 2 creatures. Triggers your alliance stuff. Rigo, Streetwise Mentor. Green and a white hybrid, white and a blue hybrid. For a 2/2, enters the battlefield with a shield counter. Whenever you attack a player or planeswalker with 1 or more creatures with power 1 or less, draw a card. Huh. So whenever you attack with something with 1 power, draw a card. That's that seems decent. There's enough like 1/1s in this set. All those citizens. Riveteer's Ascendancy. They're just having lunch up on the scaffolding. Black, red, green enchantment. Whenever you sacrifice a creature, you may return target creature card with lesser mana value from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. What? That's really good. Hello? That's like so easily like breakable. Sack a big thing. Bring another big thing back. Riveteer's Charm. Black, red, green, instant, choose 1. Target opponent sacrifices a creature or planeswalker with the highest mana value. Exile the top 3 cards of your library until the next end step. You may play those. Exile target player's graveyard. So when I first saw this art, I'm like, oh, this does vehicle things. Because it's like, the vehicle border is like a bar with like rivets and stuff. But it doesn't do vehicle things. Okay, here we go. Don't get me started on this card. So, Rocco Cabaretti Caterer. X, red, green, white for a 3/1. When it enters the battlefield, if you cast it, you may search your library for a creature card with mana value X or less and put it onto the battlefield. Okay, so just like looking at the ability, it's a Naya creature with Wargate taped to it. I guess you have to get a creature. So like, it's like Green Sun Zenith or whatever for a creature. On a creature. So like 2 for 1, whatever. But like, he's a caterer, and the creature type is elf druid. They couldn't slap like chef onto there, like elf chef. Like, it's holding, it's like sharpening a cleaver. It's a chef. And then like the flavor text says, they wouldn't admit it, but some people join the Cabaretti just for the food. What food? It doesn't even make food tokens. Like, what? It has nothing to do with food, except for this name, caterer, in the art. Makes me mad. Like, at least make this a chef. And then I wouldn't care. I'd be like, oh, cool, a chef. I can now make a chef commander deck. So dumb. Just, it's about a caterer. He looks like a chef. The flavor text is about food. Is an elf druid, doesn't have anything to do with food. Okay. Man. I could complain about that like all day. Alright, Scheming Fence. White and a blue for a 2/3. As it enters the battlefield, you may choose a non-land permanent. Activated abilities of the chosen permanent can't be activated. Okay. Scheming Fence has all activated abilities of the chosen permanent except for loyalty abilities. Why would you even put that clause? You may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to activate those abilities. Dang. I want to pick a planeswalker and then become that planeswalker. Whatever. Security Rocks. I like that art. 2, a red and a green for a 5/4. You may pay red-green rather than pay this spell's mana cost. What? So if you have 2 treasures, you can make a 5/4 A 5/4 for 2 mana. That's pretty cool. Shattered Seraph. 4 white, blue, black for a 4/4 flyer. ETB gain 3 life, and then it does the fixing thing. Snooping Newsy. Blue and a black for a 2/2. When it enters the battlefield, mill 2 cards. As long as there are 5 or more mana values among cards in your graveyard, Snooping Newsy gets +1/+1 and has lifelink. It's like, okay. Soul of Emancipation. 4 green, white, blue for a 5/7. When it enters the battlefield, destroy up to 3 other target non-land permanents. For each of those permanents, its controller creates a 3/3 angel. Bomb. This is a bomb. You shoot 3 of your treasures or 3 of your 1/1s, and you make 3/3 angels with flying. You definitely don't pick. It's not like Terracodon. You definitely don't choose your opponent's stuff, because then you don't want to give them a 3/3 flyer. Probably. Spara's Adjudicators. 2, a green, a white, and a blue for a 4/4. When it enters the battlefield, target creature an opponent controls can't attack or block until your next turn. Huh. That's interesting. On a Bant card? Stimulus package. 2, a red and a green for an enchantment. When it enters the battlefield, make 2 treasures. Sacrifice a treasure, make a 1/1 green and white citizen. So it's like a treasure outlet. Syndicate Infiltrator. There's a lot of vampires in this set. 2, a blue and a black for a 3/3 flyer. Solid. If there are 5 or more mana values in your graveyard, it gets +2/+2. What? So you could have a 5/5 flyer for like not that high of a like condition. What a good card. Tainted Indulgence. Blue and a black for an instant. Draw 2. Then discard a card unless there are 5 or more mana value cards in your graveyard. So this could just be draw 2 if you're maestroing right. If you're maestroing real hard. Tolu's Clever Conductor. White and a blue, blue and a black for a 3/1. When it enters the battlefield, it connives. Whenever you discard 1 or more cards, exile them from your graveyard. When Tolu's dies, put the cards exiled with it into the owner's hand. That's so good. Hello? It like refills your hand when you connive. Or it's like, it's a 4/2. You discard a card. And then if it dies, you draw a card. That's pretty good. Connive is Esper. So it's Connive, Alliance, Casualty, treasure, and then counters. I think that's the 5 archetypes. But it's like Jund and Bant just didn't get like a keyword. Unleash the Inferno. 1, a black, a red, and a green. That art looks really familiar. Zoltan. Oh yeah, Zoltan. Their work's pretty iconic. Instant deals 7 damage to target creature or planeswalker. When it deals excess damage this way, destroy target artifact or enchantment an opponent controls with mana value less than or equal to the amount of excess damage. So you kill a 1/1 and then you can like shoot down a 6 mana artifact or enchantment. That's pretty cool. I like how this card has a lot of options. Like it could just be 4 mana, kill a creature. Or planeswalker. But then you can like 2 for 1 pretty easily. Void Rend. White, blue, black, instant, can't be countered. Destroy target non-land permanent. Oh, it should have just said permanent. Give me that uncounterable. What's it called? What's the 1 black white sorcery? Vindicate? Yeah, give me that uncounterable Vindicate. Ziatora, the Incinerator. 3, a black, a red, and a green for a 6/6. Flying. At the beginning of your end step, you may sacrifice another creature. When you do, this card deals damage equal to the creature's power to any target, and you create 3 treasure tokens. Oh my god. Okay, I definitely picked the wrong family. Maybe I could trade someone. Convince them to give me their Riveteer. Because I want to do treasure stuff. If I open this card, I'm definitely playing it. Like, absolutely. That's so good. Just another big sacrifice dragon. You could play this with, what's his name? Corvold. Sack the treasures, get 3 draw triggers. Ziatora's Envoy. 1 black, red, green for a 5/4 with trample. Okay. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, look at the top card of your library. You may play a land or cast a spell with mana value less than or equal to the damage dealt. If you don't put that card into your hand, there's no downside. There's no downside. And it has Blitz. Although the Blitz is like 1 mana more expensive. It would be kind of busted if it was like 3 mana, Blitz in a 5/4, and then cast something for free. Like if they didn't block it, cast a 5-drop. This is a good rare. Yeah, I should have picked I should have picked the Riveteers. Riveteers just sounded dumb. I didn't know it was like cool treasure sacrifice stuff. Jeez, yeah, there's so many like see, there's like borderless stuff, and then there's like Capenna frame. There's the Phyrexian Urabrask. Oh man, I want this card. This card looks so cool. It's like that illusion, optical illusion kind of thing. Oh, that's so good. Okay. Uh, that's it. That's Streets of New Capenna. We did it in just under 4 hours. Not bad. I think the first time I did this, it was like 6 hours, 5 or 6 hours. I'm glad I can like cut it down. You just have to not talk about the garbage cards that like are in every set.